Well, as you know, I was part of the first all-volunteer group since 1991 to successfully put a question on the statewide ballot. Last summer, when we started gathering signatures, and we gathered 146,000 of them, so that's a pretty good polling sample, less than 3% of the people knew that they had tied the automatic gas tax, or the gas tax that they raised in July, to the consumer price index. Had we not put that question on the ballot, that taxing mechanism would have hung around for years and probably ended up on other products before people started asking, hey, when did our taxes start going up based on the consumer price index rather than our legislators voting on them, which is what we pay and elect them to do? And the answer would have been in the summer of 2013, but nobody would have remembered that. People knew that they raised the gas tax, and I don't know that they had so much of a problem with that, but like I said, less than 3% of people knew that that had happened. So I collected, I probably turned in well over 1,100 signatures in Westfield, certified signatures to help that effort. And I was more than happy to do that. So I think sometimes the single biggest thing that we accomplished was informing the public that that had happened. Obviously, I definitely support vote yes to repeal.
To have that gas tax tied to inflation, consumer price index, it's just not right. We were elected to cast votes. And what what troubles me profoundly is the fact that this is linked to inflation and it will be going up again as it's tied to inflation. We got elected to do a very specific job. There's another reason as well. So much of the money that's slated for is transportation funds. Transportation funds that, quite very candidly speaking, I don't think Western Massachusetts is going to see. I mean, I've spoken to several of my colleagues, both in the House and the Senate, particularly from Western Massachusetts, and their main gripe is, listen, these funds, these are slated for multi-billion-dollar projects in Boston, and this is right on the heels of the Big Dig. We drive more in Western Massachusetts. A lot of communities like Westfield are bedroom communities. You're driving into Springfield, people driving to Worcester. Repeal the gas tax. I'm a huge proponent of it. I'm talking about it all the time on the campaign trail. In fact, I've donated to the Tank the Gas tax thing. It's just not fair. It's certainly not fair for those of us who live in Western Massachusetts.